Welcome to ResearchLip Training Module 1. This is where we will look at the basic tasks of using LinkedIn to research companies and find contacts. So we begin by logging into your LinkedIn account, and we want to go to the Sales Navigator function, which will be on the top right. When you're in Sales Navigator, you'll be able to click on your link, which will be provided, which will give you a search of companies that you will use to research and find the right contact. So what we really want to do is look at each of these companies and find a managing director as the number one or first contact. The second contact, if we can't find a managing director, would be a general manager, and the third a director. So let's go through a few examples to take you through how to do this. Once you've brought up your list of companies, which will be provided, open a new tab to look at that company. This screen shows you an overview of information about the company. What we want to then do is go to the View All Employees, and you'll notice there are 29 employees. This screen then provides you with a list of all the 29 employees. It'll have their names, their title, and some other information. Now, it's obvious that we've got the managing director listed here, so that's nice and easy, but what we normally want to do is put in managing director in the search and press enter, so that LinkedIn will actually filter those results and show the managing director if there are quite a few. Okay, so we've got the managing director here. That's a perfect match. We then open a new tab, which brings up that person's profile. Then we simply copy and paste the link or the URL at the top. You then simply paste that link into your spreadsheet, and that's the first contact completed. Let's do another example. This example will show some other steps that we need to be mindful of. So we open up the new company. We've got 45 employees. Click View All. Okay, we'll search for Managing Director. Okay, so no managing director has come up here when we've done our search, and that's because LinkedIn has looked for it to see if there's any managing directors that work at this company. However, something that is a little tricky is when we look on the first page before we done our search here, that looks as though there is a managing director here. When we click on this person, we'll find out that, and this brings up their profile information, we'll find out that they're not actually a managing director of this company. So the company we're looking at is GRA. They're a managing director of a different business. So that's just something we need to be mindful of. And tips you can use is you want to make sure they look professional and they are working at the current company. So in this case, this photo doesn't really look too professional compared to some of the others. So what we want to do is, because we couldn't find a managing director, we want to look for general manager. Pop that in. Okay, so we've got a general manager, but he's a general manager of government business, so that's not quite the right title we want. And then we've got senior managers again, which are not really the title that we want. So we want to avoid senior managers, people who are only just a manager. So the next thing we'll look for is just director. So we'll go back to our search. Okay, so this person, their role title is just director, so they would be a good match for us. So we then simply copy them in to our spreadsheet. And that's our second contact done. Okay, so we'll go back to our search. And look at the third company. Now notice this company only has 7 employees, and that's something we want to avoid. So companies with under 10 employees. If you do find a company with under 10, just skip them and move on to the next company. So that's the quick introduction into LinkedIn research. We call it LIP, which basically means LinkedIn prospecting. And what we're doing is we're researching contacts in companies who we can potentially get in contact with. So this is the first basic training, which covers how to use LinkedIn to find the right role titles.